Hey everyone, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone. We'll get started shortly. Hey, welcome. What's your name? Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone, welcome. This is our beginners class, Guys, we'll get started shortly. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone. Hey, Danny, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. This is our beginners class. If you're here for the first time, we do this class every Tuesday. Our beginners class. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Gerald. Welcome, Gerald. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. So our beginners class. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Guys, this is our beginners class. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. This is our beginners class. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, guys, thanks for being here. This is our beginners class. We do this class every every Tuesday. And we also have additional classes throughout the week. So if this is your first time, keep coming to the classes. As a new trader, I'm going to recommend this book. Let me share my screen here. All right. So as a brand new trader, this is perhaps one of the best books, I think, on the subject of trading. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. All right. I've been trading for about over 25 years. Started our company, Monster Trading Systems, about 2010, so about 12 years now. We do coaching, so we coach traders. We do our training classes, and then we provide also trading systems with algorithms to help our traders. All right. With our coaching that we do, this is one of the books that we give free to our coaching students. All right. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. All right. And we use some of the principles in this book for new traders and sometimes even experienced traders that come in through our coaching classes. So Trading in the Zone, okay, by Mark Douglas. Master the markets with confidence, discipline, and a winning attitude. So if you don't have this book, you can get it on Amazon. Like I said, we also provide this book free to our coaching students. And you can also listen to the audiobook. I really like listening to audiobooks. All right. So you can, while you're driving, right, you can listen to it. All right. It is on YouTube for free. So you can get on YouTube, type in Trading in the Zone, and it will come right up. So you can listen to that audio book for free, okay, on YouTube. So good information. We use a lot of those principles when we trade. All right. So it's all about your mindset and trading in a systematic way. All right. The first thing that I want to talk about when we trade is a lot of traders, when they get into trading, usually the main concern that new traders have is when to enter and when to exit their trade. So I want to go through this right here. So you guys should see my screen, right? Right. Support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. So understand, as a new trader, guys, we're not just randomly entering trades, right? There is a specific time and point where we enter. We want to enter trades, and then when we need to exit the trades. Okay. So the areas, time, when we need to enter at a specific point and then exit. All right. And it all starts with support and resistance. All right. So if this is your first time, you haven't been here before, you don't have this, I recommend taking a picture of it. I recommend new traders take a picture of this, print it and laminate it. It's that important. All right. Support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. And the way it works is like this, right? Let's go through this. Stop me if you guys have any questions as I go through this. All right. All right. All right. So price isn't random. Okay, guys? Price isn't random. All right. There's a method to the madness. All right. And understand that resistance, here is this line here, resistance. All right. Understand that resistance is formed when the price makes a high, all right, and it gets to that area a minimum of twice. All right, so a minimum of twice. The more it gets to that area, that same area, right, the stronger the resistance. All right. So let's say that resistance, it's $100 right here, $100, right? So traders are testing that resistance, guys. They're pushing price up to that resistance, all right? And they're sellers, all right, or we call them shorts that are looking to push the price lower, all right? So there are buyers here, all right? And then there's sellers right here also are looking to push that price lower, all right? So at that resistance line right here, there are buyers and sellers sitting here. And there's literally a battle between buyers and sellers, okay? So again, sellers, shorts are looking to push the price lower, all right? And the buyers are looking to push the price higher, hoping to break resistance, this resistance line here, this $100 mark here. At support, so this is resistance. All right, stop me if you guys have any questions as I go through this. All right, as new traders, all your buying and selling decisions will come from here, support and resistance. All right, so this is important. All of your buying and selling exit decisions will come from support and resistance. So this is your foundation, right? This is your foundation. So it is important, all right? All professional traders, experienced traders, they use support and resistance. Now, they might build upon this, and they usually do. So they'll build more systems, a larger component of their trading, right? But it will come from this, right? Support and resistance. All right. So support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. So, all right. So at resistance, that's the $100 mark. And let's say at support, that's a $50 mark. Okay. So we got buyers and sellers that are also here. All right. Right. Sellers and buyers. Okay. Sellers are looking to push the price lower to break support, and the buyers are looking to push the price higher, just like here. All right. Same here. All right. Battle between buyers and sellers here and here and also here. All right. If the price, this is not tradable, so we're not too concerned about what happens between support and resistance here. We're mainly concerned about resistance at the top here and then support. All right. Understand, right? Buyers, we are able to buy, and we want to buy only when the price breaks resistance. All right. So when the price breaks resistance, this is when we will buy, take the trade, execute the trade, go long. All right. When the price breaks resistance. If the price breaks resistance, now we know that the buyers are in control. Okay. So the buyers are in control. We're going to buy. All right. So we're going to buy. If the price breaks support, then the sellers are in control. All right. So we would need to exit the trade, get out. All right. Or we could go short. We can make money in a downward direction. Okay. So we can go short. All right. Any questions on this? Okay. Any questions on this? Danny, you have any questions on this? I know you're new here. Any questions on this? Gerald, any questions on this?
No, sir.
Okay, very good.
Thank
okay.
you.
You're welcome. Very good. Okay, so just understand that there's a battle between, great job, Danny. Just remember that there's a battle between buyers and sellers. Your goal as traders is to identify where resistance is on your chart. And that could be any chart, right? So whether it's you trade in stocks, forex, cryptos, futures, options, it doesn't matter. All right. So we need to identify where resistance is on our chart. And again, we need a minimum of 2. The price needs to touch that level, that $100 level at a minimum twice, right? The more it touches that area, the stronger that resistance. But eventually, if it keeps testing that resistance, it does weaken that resistance, and then buyers take control. Same thing at support. All right, so write this down, everyone. We are always going to buy on a break of resistance. So we're going to buy, always enter buy on a break when the price breaks resistance. All right, which means the buyers are now in control. All right, and then we're going to sell when the price breaks support. Okay, so let me repeat. We're always going to buy on a break of resistance, buy on a break of resistance right here, and sell, exit, close the trade on a break of support. All right, so let's say we bought here, right? We bought here, price breaks resistance, or broke resistance rather. All right, and then the price came back down, right? Hit support, then this would be our exit to get out. All right, and we want to get out because now the sellers or the shorts are in control, so that they could move the price up much, much lower. All right, so always want to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. All right, I want to show you guys something also. Resistance, we don't talk a lot about this, but resistance is also support, right? Turns into support. So let's say, for instance, we broke resistance right here, broke, price is moving higher. All right, this resistance, all right, this resistance on the way back down, if the price doesn't turn into a trend, comes back down, this resistance here is now support, becomes support. All right, becomes support. So now, if the price breaks this support here, now we would have to exit here. We still have support here, but resistance on the way back down, right? Coming down, right? Resistance turns into support. Same thing here. So let's say the price breaks support, all right? So this is support here, all right? And let's say it comes back down, comes back up rather, support becomes resistance. All right, so now if it breaks resistance here, guess what? The buyers are now in control. All right, Hey, Obley. So just remember that. So resistance becomes support on the way back down, and support on the way back up becomes resistance. All right. But remember, right? All of your trading decisions, guys, will come from here. Support and resistance, the keys to your success. So make sure you take a picture of this. All right. Print it out when you get a chance. And I always tell traders to laminate it. All right. It's that important because all of your trading decisions will start here. All right. So we're always going to, again, write this down. We're going to buy on a break of resistance and sell on a break of support. So we're always going to buy when the price breaks resistance. We're going to buy, and we're going to exit, close, sell when the price breaks support. All right. So all of your trading decisions will come from here. So when you look at your trading charts, guys, you have to draw out, you got to find the zones. We'll take a look at a few examples this evening. Find where price is, we call this consolidating or accumulating. All right. And draw in your lines, find the resistance, find the support, and wait. You've got to wait patiently for the buyers to come in to break resistance. That's how we know that the price will move higher when the price breaks resistance. Okay. All right. Any questions on this before we move forward? Any questions on this, on support and resistance? Okay, so let's move forward. So this is your foundation as a new trader. All right. If you follow this, our best traders are really, really good. All right. At not only identifying support and resistance, but entering their trades. All right. Based on this. All right. So as we move forward, we're going to go into now the roadmap, right? From here, after the price breaks resistance, what do we do from there? All right. So let's go into that. All right, let's go into that. All right. Okay. So from support and resistance, guys, we have the 4 market phases. All right. So go ahead and take a picture of this. Again, when you guys get a chance, print it out, laminate it. You guys should see my cursor here. If not, let me know. All right. So you should see the 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right. And this is as important as support and resistance. Okay. But support and resistance first. Right. So at the end of this, I would go on YouTube, Google, do as much research as you can on support and resistance. I remember when I started trading, my coach at the time, right? I had a big binder, right? But this big, guys, with charts and charts and charts, hundreds of charts on support and resistance. Okay, so it's a good way to identify, to learn how to identify support and resistance. Okay, so this is the way it works. This is the way it works. All right. So just like we don't randomly just get into trades, right? We don't randomly just get in and get out. All right. There is a method to how we trade. There's a method to it. Okay. And think of the 4 market phases here. All right. The 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right. Think of this as your roadmap. All right. So think of this as your roadmap as a trader. And these 4 phases, right? It's the same every single time. So it doesn't change. There is not a 5th phase or 10th phase, right? There's only 4. All right. And the goal is, as new traders, as you get going, you should be able to look at the trading screen and then identify what phase that chart is in. All right. So, and what's cool about this is that, and our traders, you know, usually takes about a few weeks to a month to really get this. For some traders, it might take a bit longer. All right. But we have traders now where, you know, they will hear something on CNBC or hear, you know, get a tip from somewhere. And then they'll put up a chart and then look at the 4 market phases. And rather than just getting in that trade, they can understand relatively quickly whether they should be waiting for price to break resistance. All right, whether they should be buying, whether it's the right time to buy. All right, whether it's the right time to sell, and so forth. Okay, so this is a great little tool here, right, to help you guys identify the 4 market phases. Okay, so let's go through it. The 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right. If you guys have any questions, raise your hands or just stop me. All right. So let's go through it. There's 4 of them. All right. So phase number 1 is the accumulation phase. Phase number 2 is the markup phase. Phase number 3 is the distribution phase. And then phase number 4 is the markdown phase. And then it starts all over again at the accumulation phase. Okay, so phase 1, accumulation. Phase 2, markup. phase 3, distribution, phase 4, markdown phase. All right. Within the markup phase, think of your markup phase as the trend, right? This is your trend. All right. Within the markup phase, we have reaccumulation. So kind of like down here, accumulation down here, but here we've got reaccumulation. And we'll go through that. And then here during the markdown phase, so just think of markdown phase red, red price is going down, green price is going up. All right. So if we split this in half, we'll see that buyers are here, sellers are here. All right. Within the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. So just like here, distribution phase, we've got redistribution here. Okay. So if you guys look here, so accumulation phase, markup phase, distribution phase, markdown phase. Okay. So the way it works is like this, guys. All right, let's go through it. All right, so here is our resistance right here, our resistance line. Here is our support, all right, at the accumulation phase. And what happens is this, you will find the accumulation phase usually at the bottom of your chart. So at the bottom left, middle, or right of your chart, okay? The bottom left, middle, or right of your chart. It's always at the bottom, okay? Because what we want, guys, is we want that price to fall from $100, all right? Because we want a cheap price, right? So we want that price to fall from $100, let's say to $50, all right? So we don't want to buy it up here, right? We want that price to fall, come down to the bottom of our chart, all right, at that accumulation phase, and then we want to buy, okay? The accumulation phase, it's called the accumulation phase because that's where all the big traders buy, all right? So all the hedge funds, big institutions, that's where they buy. They buy in that in the accumulation phase. And the reason that it's called the accumulation phase is because that's what they do, right? They're buying positions, building blocks of positions, all right, prior to moving the price higher. So they're keeping the price low, buying, building positions at a low price before they move the price higher. All right, so that's why it's called the accumulation phase, right? They're building, accumulating shares, lots of shares before they move the price lower. So we want to kind of do the same thing, all right? But since we are small traders, we can't really accumulate, right? We want to wait until they move the price, okay, and break resistance. So when the price breaks resistance, right? All right, so the big institutions, big hedge funds, they've moved the price above that $100 mark right here. All right, breaks resistance, that's when we're going to buy. Once the price breaks resistance, right? That's called the markup phase. That's our trend, right? So now we buy, right? As the price moves higher, understand that it doesn't go up steadily, right? It's going to have to take a rest, take a break, all right? When that happens, that's called the reaccumulation phase. So we've got new support and resistance lines right here. Price is taking a break. When the price breaks resistance, right here, we're going to add it to our position or reaccumulate. So add more to our position. So reaccumulation means they're new buyers, guys. New buyers entering the market. Just like here, right? Price broke resistance here. Here was our entry to buy. Now here is a second opportunity to buy right here. You'll also find in that reaccumulation phase where a lot of traders might have missed this opportunity to buy here. This is an opportunity for them to now get into the market. And our hope is that we can get in on that first buy, right? On that first buy right here. And then by the time the price gets up here, new buyers come in, they're going to push our price higher. All right. So accumulation phase, very important. The reaccumulation phase is even, more important. All right. And then we finally get to the distribution phase. All right. At that distribution phase, what happens, guys, is this, right? Price has made a high. All right. And the sellers have come in, right? They haven't drastically come in yet, but they've come in and they said, hey, we are not going to let the price go any higher. All right. Price is going to rest. It's going to take a break. Okay. That's the distribution phase. And it's going to consolidate here for a while. Once the price breaks support right here, clean this up so you guys can see. Once the price breaks support, right, which it did right here, that will be our exit to get out. So remember, we always want to buy on a break of resistance. All right, buy on a break of resistance, and then we're going to sell on a break of support. So here is our break of support here. Here is our buy on a break of resistance. All right, so we're going to buy here, sell here. That's your trade. That is your trade every single time. All right, we're never going to get the very top, and then we're never going to get the very bottom. We call this the meat of the trade, right? We want the meat of the trade. We can't buy at the very bottom here. I know as new traders, you guys will want to get a really low price, all right, and try to buy at the bottom, but you can't do that because this is still seller's territory. We need to wait until the price breaks resistance. Same here, we can't exit close at the very high because guess what, right? Sellers are not in yet, right? So the price could move higher. So we want to wait until the price breaks support, all right? Once the price breaks support, we exit the trade, all right? Now that's called the markdown phase. So markdown phase, sellers are in control, the price is moving lower. Okay, just like reaccumulation, all right, in the markup phase, we've got, during the markdown phase, we've got redistribution. So we've got new sellers coming in when the price breaks new support levels. All right, so this is why, okay, it's very, very important, guys, to draw in your support and resistance lines. Okay, because what we're trying to do is control the price as much as possible. And we're trying to identify, right, those areas where we need to enter and exit the trades. All right. After the markdown phase, right, after the markdown phase right here, we had redistribution right here. It starts all over again with the accumulation phase, just like here. All right, and then we start that cycle all over again. Every market will go through this cycle. All right, every instrument, whether it's stocks, options, ETFs, doesn't matter, will go through these 4 market phases. Every time frame, so whether you trade on a 5-minute time frame or 1-minute time frame, a 30, 60, 240, daily, weekly, monthly time frame, they will all go through these 4 market phases. Okay, so very, very important. 4 market phases that every trader must know. Any questions on this? This is important. Any questions on this? You guys got this? Make sense? Yes or no? Make sense? Make sense, guys? Yes or no? All right, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. All right, awesome. Okay. So now let's move forward. Just want to make sure you guys got this. All right. Don't be shy. All right. All right. The next chart I'm going to share with you guys. all right, is trend following, all right? Understand that we make money, guys. The way we make money is through trends, right? We need the price to trend. We need it to break out from that accumulation phase. We need to break, and we need the price to break out from that distribution phase, right? We need the price to trend, either long or short, doesn't matter. All right, we need it to either trend up or down, but we need it to break out of that consolidation, out of that accumulation, out of that distribution phase so that we can make money. All right. So we need the trend, right? We need the trend. And you guys have probably heard the trend is your friend. All right. So the type of trading we do is called trend following, right? We want to follow the trend and trade with the trend. All right. So the way we trade, that buy, when we buy on a break of resistance and we sell at a break of support right here, we call that the meat of the trade. All right. So remember that, the meat of the trade. We're not trying to get the whole trade from top to bottom. We want to get the middle part. I call this the sweet part of the trade. All right. We want to wait for a break of resistance to buy, and we're going to sell on a break of support, the meat of the trade. Most new traders, right? And you guys this will be, as new traders, this is what you have to battle with, right? You're going to want to get in at the very bottom, at that $50 mark right here, let's say. All right, well, let's move this. We're going to say this is 50. We'll make this 50 here. All right. Let's see here. 1 second here. Let's erase this here. All right. All right. So let's say this is 50. All right. And then this is, let's say, $20 here. All right. All right. So that's the very bottom, right? That's the very bottom. So this is support right here. So price came down, see, fell from a high, right? And then this is the very bottom. And then here, it's $100 here, let's say. All right, $100 at support. And let's say here it is, let's say it's 150. As traders, right, what we do, and I used to do it also, is I wanted to get the very bottom. I wanted to buy at the cheapest, lowest price at $20. And I wanted to get out at $150 right here. So I would try to get all of the trade, not the meat of the trade. All right. I wanted to get all of the trade. And most traders, that's what you will have to fight against, right? Right. You will want to get in right here, right? You want to get in right here and then get out right here. But understand, if you try to get in right here, right, there's an issue with that, right? Because this is still seller's territory, right? So this is where support is right here. So the price could go lower. It could go to 20, from 20 to 15 to 10 to 5, right? So we need to wait for the buyers to come in, all right? So don't try to get that $20 price, right? Wait for that $50 price, right? And it's difficult to do, right? It's difficult to do, but you can do it. And then at the high here, that $50 price, right? We can't get out here because the price could keep going even higher. So we need to wait, all right, for the sellers to come in, all right, to break support at that $100 mark. And now we get out. Okay, so we want to buy here and then sell here, right? If you try to do this, right? All right, that's very difficult with a lot of emotions, right? All right, because guess what? Price keeps going lower, lower, lower here. Price could keep going higher, right? So you get out here, you keep chasing the price even higher. All right. Here, right? You get in here, it keeps going lower, right? It's going to scare you out of the trade. All right. So just remember that we want the meat of the trade, the meat of the trade. All right. I'm going to let's take a look at some live examples. And we've got about 5 more minutes and I'll let you guys go. All right. So let's take a look at some examples. Let's see here. Let's take a look at some quick examples of let's see. Let's take a look at, all right, we'll take a look at Bitcoin this evening. All right. And so let's see here. All right. I'm going to turn up the sell short signals and we'll turn on the buy signals. Now, what we've done with our systems here is we've included the support and resistance lines. But understand when you trade as new traders, right, you need to draw in, you need to manually draw in, kind of like this right here, right? Bring in your drawing tools and you need to draw in resistance right here. And then you've got to do it for support right here, okay? All right, same thing here, all right? And same thing here. Here is support, here is resistance. And as the price moves, you have to keep moving your support and resistance. Okay, so you can't get away from that, guys. It's what we have to do. All right. So we'll take a look here. Everything here is a bit fancy, right? We've automated the process, so we have automatic support and resistance lines. These yellow lines here and these purple lines, right? Yellow lines, okay, purple lines, resistance, support. All right, these candles here, we've color coded those green. All right, so that represents buyers, right? Green candles, buyers. All right, red candles, those are sellers, right? So red candle, those are sellers. White candles, that's the consolidation. Okay, so we'll find that those white candles, when there's an area of indecision, you usually find those in the accumulation phase, right? That distribution phase. All right. So let's go through it. These lines here, these are moving averages. And we just have these moving averages lines, red right here and green to separate, just to separate the buyers from the sellers. So to show us, hey, if the green candles are above the green line here, buyers are in control. If it's below the red line here, sellers are in control. Okay, so let's go through it. All right, and we're almost done. We're almost done. All right, so let's go through it quickly. 5 more minutes. All right, so price broke resistance right here. We got a buy signal. This blue arrow here was our buy signal. All right, to get in. All right, these green candles here, the buyers are in control. These yellow lines here, these are resistance. We broke resistance. New buyers are coming into the market. That's an area to add to our position. So we would have bought here, added to our position here. All right. Buyers are still in control. Price is moving higher. Here is resistance right here. Price broke resistance. We could have added here again. All right. So we have new buyers entering here, new buyers entering here to push our price that we bought in right here. And we could have added here, added here. All right. All right. So Here, the price. So this is the accumulation phase. Okay, this is the markup phase right here. Markup phase, markup phase. All right, I can draw right now. Markup phase, right? Price moves higher, doesn't make any new highs, okay? Price breaks support. We got a sell signal to get out. All right, this is the distribution phase. Okay, so markup, accumulation, markup, distribution phase. All right, here is the meat of our trade. We bought here, sold here, we out, sellers are now in. All right, this is the markdown phase. Okay, we don't have redistribution because the price held support. All right, so we don't have redistribution here. Here is support, here is resistance. Buyers came in, green candles, markup phase. We got a buy signal to get in. Price made a high. Hope you guys can see that price made a high, never went any higher. Sellers came in, we had to get out, close the trade. Here is our meat of the trade. We bought here, sold here, waited, waited. Okay, price broke resistance right here, another blue arrow right here. We bought here, price made a high, right? Broke support. That's distribution phase, broke support, we had to get out. We bought here, sold here. We waiting. All right, so we have sellers came in, so now we are waiting. All right, follow me, almost done here. All right. And now, look here. It's a good example here. So here, remember we bought here, break of resistance, sold here, price broke support, distribution phase, we got out here, right? Here was our trade, bought here, got out here. Guess what? Look what happened, guys. Right? Look what happened, that markdown phase. Had we not gotten out here, we'd have taken this loss here. Had we not gotten out here on the break of support when sellers came in, we would have taken this loss here. All right. This is why we want to get out on the break of support, because sellers are coming in and we just don't know how low they can take the price, right? So we want to get out as soon as the price breaks support. Remember, buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. All right. So price held support right here, right? Broke resistance, failed, and we had to now get out here on a break of support. So we always get out on a break of support. Yes, we took a loss here, but guess what? We're not all the way down here. All right. So now we are waiting. This is the markdown phase, right? This is redistribution. Right now, the price is holding right here. It's accumulating. If the price breaks this support, right, we would get a redistribution. If it breaks resistance, moves higher, get some green candles, we'd have a buy signal to hopefully start a markup phase. All right, so that's how it works, right? So accumulation, markup. Within the markup phase, we've got reaccumulation. All right, distribution at the top, markdown. All right, and then again, it starts all over again with the markup phase, markdown phase, right? We tested that accumulation phase, right? Markup phase, accumulation, markup, failed, broke support, we had to get out, and now it's in the markdown phase. All right, so hope this helped. All right, so remember, support and resistance, the 4 market phases that every trader must know. All right, and the book that we highly recommend, all right, is Trading in the Zone. Trading in the Zone. You can get that free Audible on YouTube. All right, on YouTube. Thanks for being here, guys. We do this training for beginners every Tuesday, but I highly recommend we do training 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week. Okay, so keep coming to the classes. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys next time, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.